I actually have a very popular British cider. It's Aspal Suffolk Premier Cru Cider. And it's quite tasty. It's very light and crisp and pretty dry. Very, very dry
It is
cider.
quite dry.
But it's good. It tastes good. It's very refreshing. I like it. 7%, so, better than your typical Tecate.
Alright, we are now theoretically streaming to both Twitch and YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Could you check YouTube? Because
Yeah.
whereas we set YouTube to be 720 resolution, the output on... Hey, that's fine.
That looks good.
That looks
It looks
totally fine.
We're at 720.
Alright, we're at 7. That's cool.
We're
That's
golden,
that's good.
baby.
Alright.
Golden. Voice delay.
Yeah, there's probably a bit of a... It's not bad. It's maybe a second, if that. I noticed that because we also had different mic solutions we were going to use, and we ended up using just a very simple USB mic that you guys can probably see right there.
Yep.
And yeah, I didn't have quite time to sync that up. But hey, welcome to Awesome Hardware, everyone.
Yes, this is episode 73, and like Paul said, it's going to be a shorter show because we are abroad. We are in London right. Well, not exactly in London. We're just on the outskirts of London, maybe about half an hour. Maybe about half an hour out. We are here for a special event. I don't want to give anything too revealing away right now.
I don't think we're allowed to.
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Yeah.
So
We can't tell you guys why we're here,
but you'll figure it out eventually.
but we're here.
We'll tell you eventually. So yes, we have a shorter show today. We're still doing it in two halves. So this is the first half on my channel. If you're watching us on YouTube, and then after we cut, we're going to go ahead and switch over to Paul's channel on Paul's Hardware. So make sure that you catch his channel right after this half ends, and you can find the link to his channel in the description if you want to watch the whole thing. And then also we've got Twitch. Thank you, Twitch, for being here.
Hey, Twitch.
Our beloved Twitch crew. Twitch is going to we're going to stream the whole thing to Twitch. We're not even gonna
Yes.
cut in the middle. It's just gonna be one long continuous stream.
Awesome
So
hardware.
that's how we do things here. But I guess on with the show, right? We've dilly-dallied long enough. So we've got a couple things to just quickly announce. We're going to go over them very briefly. We've got stuff that we're selling in our stores. I'm selling shirts. Everything should be mostly in stock. I think someone said that the CPU cooler shirt was out of stock, but it's only in a particular size. I don't know which one.
That's the most sluggish screen change I think I've ever seen XSplit do.
Oh, really?
It's alright, it still did it.
Was it just like super gradual?
It was like a
fade?
very, very slow fade.
Like 10,000
Yeah.
milliseconds. But yes, I'm selling shirts in my store. You can pick up a BIOS Flasher shirt or one of the Stay Positive shirts, all that good stuff.
Yay.
Paul's also selling stuff in his store, paulshardware.net. You can either pick up one of his new Tri-Blend shirts in the Thumbscrew logo.
Oh, yeah.
And he's got pint glasses, mugs, hoodies, polos, all that good sort of thing.
Where did the
Putting my store to shame, quite frankly.
Oh, yeah, this is the new Thumbscrew logo shirt now available in a Tri-Blend. Very soft.
Yep.
Very comfortable. Everyone buy them.
I was wearing the original version of that shirt, or one of the original versions of that shirt, earlier today on the plane.
Oh, yeah. We do have beer tonight.
Wore my Thumbscrew shirt proudly.
We are in England, so I'm drinking from the Marlow Brewery, which I know nothing about this brewery. It could be a really good brewery, but they were serving it here at this estate that we're staying at, which is pretty nice. This is Rebellion Red from the Marlow Brewery. It's 4.5% alcohol, and it's pretty tasty.
Very nice. And I already told you guys what I'm drinking.
Kyle's got cider.
Got some cider. All right, let's dive right in here with our first segment, which, like I said, this is going to be a shorter episode, so this is actually my only segment.
The one segment for Kyle.
And all I have written in the show doc for the name of this new segment is mix,
That's appropriate.
because it's going to be a mixture, Paul, of all the various segments that I usually do on my half of the show.
Oh, well, that's...
So I'm just consolidating and condensing it all into one super segment. See, that's fun. That's why
That's
it's
good.
That's
That's
why
very-
Mix is a genius branding name
That's
for
very
this
clever.
for this particular segment.
Never been used before either.
No, it's not. Trademarked by me. So the first article, or the first mini segment, sub-segment, if you will, is going to be news. And we have one news article for today in the news sub-segment. And that's about Denuvo. Have you heard of Denuvo?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit before on the show. It's a DRM
Yes.
scheme. Or
It is.
Yeah.
It's a DRM platform for a lot of popular games out there, for PC gaming, what have you, including Rise of the Tomb Raider. And this was the first time that it's been documented that Denuvo, this DRM management software, has been actually hacked. Not hacked beyond repair. Or actually, yeah, as for now, hacked beyond repair, where the folks over at Denuvo or whoever owns it has not been able to patch or block this particular hack. So, like I said, the hack comes with Rise of the Tomb Raider, so it's getting completely bypassed the Denuvo DRM, and they can't do anything about it for now. So they're still working on it, though. It's pretty, I don't know, I guess it's good news if you're a pirate. Honestly, if you really think you're going to enjoy the game or you want to support the developers, you should just buy the game, especially if it's Rise of the Tomb Raider, because that's an awesome game. I just had my first chance to actually play it today on the plane.
Is that today? Does that count as today?
I guess it was maybe.
Sort of, maybe.
Yeah, just barely. Depends on which country you're in.
It's weird when you travel long distances.
Time travel is weird. Yeah, it's a great game, and it's also on sale right now for 35% off on the Humble store. There's a big Square Enix sale, apparently. So no need to pirate. Just buy it for
buy the thing.
For
Support
dirt cheap.
the developers.
Dirt cheap, yo.
It was an interesting thing when it first came out because most games that have DRM built into it do get cracked pretty quickly, and this one just was apparently really well done.
Yeah.
And very challenging.
Exactly.
But it just goes to show that the more challenging you make something like this, the more there are hackers who will say, like, no.
Challenge accepted.
Anything can be hacked.
Yeah.
And they have to prove it.
It's a total challenge accepted thing. But, you know, Denuvo is not going anywhere. They're just going to continue. It's just like an ongoing thing, right? They make a new DRM platform, and the hackers take, you know, a little bit of time to crack it, and once they do, then it's just a cycle, right? They're just constantly topping one another. But so far, yeah, Denuvo has been one of those DRM management softwares that have really taken a very long time for the crackers to crack. So, good job to you, Denuvo, I suppose, for protecting the integrity of games and their developers. Good job.
All right.
Next up, we've got hard and haughty.
Hot and heavy hardware?
Hard and haughty heavware.
Heavy.
Heaven hardy headwear.
You'd think our English would get better when we come to England.
No. Accents have really thrown me off. So, Hot and Heavy Hardware article is about EK. This is on overclock3d.net. And EK, water blocks. Actually, EK's a...
Oh, that's not going to work.
Isn't EK a British? No, they're Swedish. Or no. Are they in the UK? I think they're in the UK.
I always forget where, like, specifically they are.
I do too. But they're in Europe, all right? We're close enough to EK right now. They're probably down the street.
Yeah, they're in Europe.
So that's why we're talking about them. And also because they just launched the beta version of their custom water-cooled configurator app on their website, which is pretty cool, actually. If you guys are familiar with Cable Mod, they do extensions and LEDs. I've done some like ads with them in the past. Well, they've got like their Cable Mod configurator where you actually have like a graph and you can like select your colors and actually like plan it all out, and there's like a diagram and stuff. It's really useful for people who don't really know what they want. Kind of the same deal here, but a little bit more complex because you're dealing with a bunch of different parts for a custom water-cooled build. Paul and I both know this. We've been doing some custom water-cooled builds lately, and it can get really, really complicated very quickly if you don't know what you're doing.
Yes, it can.
Kind of like the first time I built a PC, I was sort of overwhelmed by all the options of choice that you have, and not really knowing, what goes where and things like that. So the configurator is really good for people who want to try out custom water cooling and take a whack at it, but just have no idea where to start or what kind of parts they should be buying, or they're not subscribed to Jay's 2 cents or something like that, and they don't know anything about water cooling. But it's pretty cool. Like I said, it's in the beta, so it's still got some bugs and there's some minor issues. However, according to the article, EK is still like dropping updates on it like constantly, and they're fixing issues. They're taking out bugs and stuff like that, and they're also adding new hardware options to the app as well. Also, if you guys are interested and you want to try your luck, EK is raffling away every 20th order for free.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
If you use their app here, the configurator, and you happen to be one of the 20th, a multiple of 20 order, you could potentially just get your whole order for free. But I wouldn't gamble too hard on that. Don't buy it, spend $3,000 hoping that you're going to get it, and then you end up having to pay $3,000. Yeah. And then also, they're also, I guess, if you order anything from their configurator application before August 28th, you're automatically entered for a raffle for an MSI GTX 1080 Seahawk. I know some of you guys like to. Some of you guys are feeling lucky, so if you guys are, if that's the case for you, then you can go ahead and give that a shot while taking a tour of their new configurator app. Thank you very much, Zach, for the donation.
Thanks, Zach.
Appreciate it. Glad you liked the show. You got a question for us. We've got a Core i3 6100 on a Z170 with 16 gigs of DDR4. Will the i3 bottleneck a GTX 1070? Thinking of picking up one in the near future. Yes, I think it potentially might. It depends on what kind of game you're using it for. I don't think it's a very good pairing, especially as, you know, years go by, like a couple of years down the line. I think you're going to start to run into more issues with the Core i3 paired with that card. But you're on Z170, so you can technically get, you know, any other Core i5 potentially. I think if you got a Core i5 and you know, I would say go with an unlock SKU because you have the option to overclock on that platform. That might be better. I would give it a shot, but
actually, Zach, on my half of the show, I'll be talking briefly about an AnandTech article that they just posted, I believe today or yesterday, where they tested all of the i3s from Intel, the 51 watt TDP ones. And they found they actually hold up in games in a lot of situations. But once you start to get into stuff that's more heavily multi-threaded, is where you start to see them suffer. So yeah, it'd be a little lopsided pairing it with the 1070, but you should be able to get by, at least for now. I would say it's okay as long as you're planning to upgrade that CPU eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so we've got the Games Report.
Yay, games!
Games Report. One article for Games Report.
No lower thirds this week. Sorry, sorry guys.
It's gonna be very
we
hard.
left those back in America.
Yes, we did. So we've got
the United States of America.
These articles coming out. Everyone's all the rage about No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah.
No Man's Sky comes out this Friday, I believe, on the 12th of August.
Launches Friday, it says here.
Yep, and holy smokes, I remember first hearing about this game like over a year ago. It was at, I forget which convention it was shown at, if it was a PAX or an E3, but everyone just went apeshit. Now it's finally coming out. The game apparently went gold 1 or 2 months ago, meaning just a shit ton of people downloaded like an early version. I don't know if it was legitimate or not, but
it's 500,000.
Or if that might have been a beta. I'm not sure.
Is it the same in records where it's 500,000?
I believe
think it's 500,000 to go gold.
Yeah.
$1 million to go platinum. I could be wrong about that.
No, yeah, that sounds about right. Although if you're on YouTube, then the million is. Wait, million is platinum.
Million is a bigger silver.
Is it just a bigger silver? You're right.
Or no, no, it's gold. It's the silver.
It is gold.
The silver play button. The bigger one's gold.
Yeah.
Pure gold.
It's 10 million subs for the diamond.
Is the diamond one?
I think so.
Really?
I don't know. Guys, let me know if that was a joke. I remember seeing that online. I was like, there's a diamond one for like 10 million subs. I don't know if it was just a parody or if it's like actually a thing.
It should be.
But that'd be cool. Anyway, I'm getting way off topic here.
Yeah, a little bit.
So yeah, the game's been doing phenomenally well in terms of feedback, although it's not super accurate because it's not a completely finished game yet. It hasn't even hit the stores like retail version. But there's going to be a huge update on day one of its launch this Friday, and it's going to be update 1.03. There's going to be a ton of new additions that are really going to, I don't know, make the game pop, and it should be pretty exciting. If you've been waiting for this game for a long time, the update sounds pretty cool. Some of the things it includes is the 3 paths model. So basically, you have the initial choice at the start of your game to go 3 different paths. It's kind of like choose your story, choose your adventure type of
Choose your own adventure.
And based on your choice of either 3, one of the 3, it's going to significantly impact the rest of your gaming experience for that campaign. Also, it's just going to increase the update's really going to make the galaxies a lot larger, so up to 10 times bigger. You might see some galaxies grow just exponentially with the update. Planets with dead moons are going to be a thing, and so that's going to introduce low or extremely dangerous atmospheres, potentially very hazardous. Variations in atmospheres, environments, terrains, spaceships, and creatures have all been
Hold on,
cranked
everyone.
up.
Let me fix the camera.
Oh, did it freeze?
Okay,
Did we
back.
freeze?
Yep. Thank you all for letting us know.
Yay!
We gave Twitch a little heads up prior to going live to YouTube that our camera has been freezing here and there.
Yeah.
Again, we have a mobile setup. It's not ideal at all. So thank you for letting us know, and hopefully it should be working.
And
again.
apparently it froze on like a weird face of mine because everyone's like, Kyle's face, Kyle's face. Like, why are they talking about my face? Alright, I've got a great pause face. And then we've got, what else do we have here? Boosted inventories to help promote exploration in the game. There's a more complex trading system. Several hundred upgrades for game balancing with advanced techniques applied to space combat, planet surface combat, and more. Also, tweaks for improved graphical effects, stability, and removal of cheats and exploits. Again, this is the first of many big updates to the game. So, it seems like the developers are really excited about it, and that it seems like they have so many ideas for it that they have to release it in these giant patches.
Well, the scope of the game is huge.
It is, yeah, exactly. So it's just going to be constantly evolving, which is really cool.
A flip side to this,
it's all free.
A flip side to this is they are doing, they're doing a major launch patch and everything. So there have been some early reviews and commentary and stuff that have come out on this game, and I haven't had a chance to read too many of them, but I did read some headlines. It seems, some people seem to be a little bit more critical of it based on, certain expectations that came out of there. So do you think this, late patch coming out, right as the game launches, that promises significant changes,
is going to sway?
Is that a good thing because the developers are putting more effort in the game and developing it more, or is it a bad thing because it means people are really going to have a very difficult time, at least for the first few days after launch, of actually assessing how the game is performing if they're just going to buy it straight up?
Well, I think it's kind of like reviewers jumped the gun by reviewing the game early before it even launched.
That's true too.
So I think it's only fair to start reviewing the game once this day one patch is released. Because it's not like the developers gave out copies to these reviewers early. The reviewers just happened to grab a copy of the game before this big patch and started reviewing it as is. But the devs are saying that's not actually indicative of how the day one experience is going to be. So I think we just, give them the benefit of the doubt, let them do their day one patch, and then assess it, from that point forward.
All right. So everyone go play on Friday and tell us if it's good.
Yes, because we probably won't be able to. And then our second to last segment here, which is to fund or not to fund.
Yay!
Again, one article, one link.
A mini to fund or not to fund.
I like this. This is just cutting through them really quick.
Get straight to the point.
This is the COWAROBOT R1. Horrible name. It doesn't flow at all. It's the world's first robotic suitcase. This is an Indiegogo campaign, and Paul and I are just going to quickly assess and see, is this something that we would potentially invest in? So last week, I believe it was, we had a suitcase on Indiegogo that you could ride. You could physically get on it. It was motorized, and you could ride around your airport on your suitcase. It doubled as a go-kart, basically.
And there were a couple of times today, as we were traveling, today and yesterday,
when we sort of wanted one.
I was kind of, I wouldn't say I wanted one, but I was in a spot where I was like, this is what that was made for, is this this walking bit that we have to do right here.
Exactly, where it's like a quarter-mile stretch, and it's just super packed.
Is it as useful, though, if it's just a robot suitcase that follows you around like a little R2-D2? Or does it need to be something you can sit on and ride yourself?
I don't know. That's the question, I think.
It is.
Because I think both have pros and cons, right? I don't think you look as stupid with this thing as you do with sitting on the other one. However, you're still having to walk, but walking's not terrible as long as you're not carrying anything. You know what I mean? Like it's fine to walk a few miles if you're just walking. You don't have any heavy luggage to carry around. My concern with this is I would just be paranoid the whole time, like looking over my shoulder
to make sure it's
still there, and someone didn't just swipe a rolling bag. And I know it's probably unlikely, but it does happen, and I think just my mentality would be it would cause more concern than it might be worth.
Yeah.
And that's not the case for everyone. Some people just might be totally fine with, just letting it tail. Like it's like when parents let the kids follow them. Like they're not really looking at their kids, but they just assume that their kids are going to be following them wherever they walk, like ducks.
If the kid's not smart enough to follow you, then they just let him go. Just
they don't deserve.
Just let the kid go.
They don't deserve a good life.
It should be.
Yeah.
It's like adults who are afraid of their kids falling down the stairs. It's like, look, if they fall down once, they learn the lesson.
Stay tuned for a preview at Paul's new book on parenting.
I totally have the right to be saying these things.
Hey, you've got two dogs. That's close enough.
I have 2 dogs. That's right. All right, so there's
credentials.
There's a side following mode you can set it up in. So basically, it tracks the wrist watch.
So I guess if it's on your side, you don't have to look over your shoulder or anything. But
if it gets too far, it sets off an alarm.
Yeah.
Buzzes. Hey, forgot your.
Yeah, and so it's got GPS built in, so you can track where it is. If you left it in a cab somewhere, you can follow that. And it's got you can do it. You use it automatically or manually. So if you grab it, obviously you can use it as a regular suitcase. It's also got a battery pack in it. So so did the other one. Yeah. The motorized one had a battery pack for charging mobile devices and stuff with a couple of USB ports. But I like how this one's removable, so you can actually take the battery pack out.
Fixing the video.
Oh.
I'm on
Good
top
call.
of that. I'm on top of that.
Good call.
We're only going to see like 4 comments about it because I fixed it so quickly.
Yeah.
All right.
So I mean, I don't know. It's I would have to try both of them out, I feel like, but I think right now I'm leaning more towards the one that you could ride.
That seems like if you're going to have something that makes you look like a lazy douchebag, you might as well be sitting on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, right? I mean, that's where I come from. Here's kind of an out there situation, right? Because when I saw this, I was like, all right, when you're walking there and there's just a bag that's following you, and it's like clearly it's for travel, so it's going to be at airports. Like the footage is at airports, and airports is always a question of security when it comes to like bags that are left by themselves, right? You know, you're never supposed to have a bag that's left anywhere. At Rio in the Olympics, they've already detonated like 3 or 4 or 5 backpacks that were just left somewhere because that's their policy with it. They're like, we're not going to touch it. We're not going to try to figure out what it is. We're just going to blow it up.
Yep.
and move on with our lives.
Yep.
So, really out there theory here. All right. One, if you're just walking along with this and let's say it fails or something and then it just sits there by itself. Right. That's one thing. All right. How about this? If you're a bad person, an evil person, you got the bag, right? The rolling bag, and you put your bad stuff in there. I'm not going to say what it is. I don't want to give anybody ideas. It's just it's people do nefarious things. And then you take a little following tracker bracelet and like pop it in somebody's backpack or something. Or like
have it follow them.
Hook it to them real quick, and then they walk into the airport and this bag's following them along, and then you've implicated them. I'm just saying. It could happen.
That is a really great idea.
It could happen
if you're an evil person.
Yeah, but only if you're an evil person.
Right.
Which none of us are, thankfully. No one watching this show is.
Nope.
So
you know what? That's
shouldn't
weird.
be a problem.
That's weird because I don't like the idea of it like stopping, like if it lost range or something, or if like your receiver on your wrist, because that's how it follows you. Is that you've got a wrist band?
Yeah.
Looks kind of like a watch or whatever. But if one of those things is going to lose signal, the bag's just going to fall behind you, and you might not notice it. You know, it's noisy at an airport. You're not going to like hear it stop.
Well, that's where the alarm is supposed to go off.
I guess that's where the alarm would go off. But if this dies, like whatever, that's a point of failure. Then your suitcase is just sitting in the middle of an airport, and that looks really sketchy.
It does.
I remember when Heather and I were going to, I think it was
Thailand.
I think it was maybe Thailand. When we were in customs or something, we were going through like the line, and you know how the line goes like zigzag like this. There was just a suitcase in the middle of this line, and it was just sitting there. And we went around the whole thing, and it just sat there, and we were like kind of just a little bit nervous. Just like, why is there a suitcase just sitting there and no one's grabbing it?
Yeah.
And it turned out it was just some dude who was lazy as fuck and like was going by and left his suitcase right here and then would wait until he went all the way around the line to pick it up.
No, I was with you there.
Oh, you were with us.
That was coming back from Taiwan.
Okay, it was Taiwan.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was just like, why would you do that?
Yeah, it's
why?
Just like...
Just take your bag with you. Yeah. No,
First off, you're a lazy asshole, and second, people could get the wrong idea and start freaking out.
Plus, you're in customs, you know.
You're in customs.
You don't want to do anything that they're not accustomed to.
There you go. But $449.
Okay.
So remember, the one that you could ride, the motorized one, was like $1,000.
That was $1,000.
So this is half the price. Now that might change things for me because $1,000 I thought was pretty.
That's
outlandish.
way too much for a gimmicky suitcase.
Yeah, so $449. I mean, and it also looks a bit more durable. Like it just looks kind of more reinforced and stuff.
I mean, it seems to have the sturdy outer shell design.
Yeah, it's got a built-in lock and stuff. It's got a yeah.
These little wheels that
wheels
if you watch the
down.
video, it's like the wheels pop down, much like an airplane. Like
they're exactly the same.
landing gear. It's exactly the same thing. It's like, I don't know, just certain marketing things like trying to make. I mean, it's got the fancy wrist, unlock it with your wrist.
Yeah.
Near field communication, whatever, RFID.
You're like
unlocker device.
You're an OG.
Yeah.
Thank you for
it does have this. I will say this is nice for a carry-on backpack. Is it just an extra external slot where you can store your laptop or other stuff that you might have to take out for security?
True. Thank you, Critical Hit, for the donation. Paul, you're one evil motherfucker.
Hey.
I'll agree with that.
How I was raised. Or born, depending on whether you...
My dad is Satan.
My dad was evil.
My dad's devil.
Evil son of a bitch.
Alright, and our last segment here for today
Oh yes.
is FACEOFF.
FACEOFF.
We have a very complex game. I actually went all out for this segment. Out of all of them, I wanted to really put my focus in here. Oh, we gotta refresh the camera. Frozen!
I'm really glad you figured out how to fix it on the fly, though, because that would have been a game-breaking problem.
Yeah.
Just having to restart or something.
That
Okay.
would not be good. But everything else, though, everything's been going pretty smoothly.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. So for FACEOFF today, which is usually Paul and I go head-to-head in a 2-player game, I thought it'd be fun if we, instead of doing an online game like we usually do, like on a Flash website, we did a game in real life.
Okay.
So I was thinking rock, paper, scissors. Because...
This is a game of skill?
Because it's a game of skill. And it's very interesting.
Okay.
And
well,
and I couldn't think of anything else.
This is all right. Well, this will be obviously the first round of many in a grand championship series.
So
probably.
we're gonna do best 13 out of 10 or 13 out of 20.
13 out.
No, I don't even know if that makes sense. We're gonna do best 3 out of 5.
11 out of 20, I think. Is...
11 out of 20.
Yeah.
We're gonna do 3 out of 5.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like like the Olympics.
Okay, that's Olympic rules. That's
Yep.
appropriate. This is
that
one of the potential Olympic sports I think they're working on.
Yeah.
I've
been training all year, so
we should play Hearts. People are saying Hearts would be a good game to play in England. I'm actually really good at Hearts.
Are you?
I will gladly take on anyone at Hearts.
My dad's good at Hearts, but he never taught me, so I suck.
Well, it's all about either lowballing everywhere or just going for the shooting the moon, and it's always the accomplishment.
Gotcha.
My dad taught me that, like, as you're playing the game and you go to shoot the moon, you have to have it all planned out in your head, and you have to be counting cards and watching the other cards that come out. So at a certain point, with 6 or 7 cards left in your hand, you can just lay them down and be like, the rest are mine. And then you stand up and start doing like pelvic thrusts in your family's face and stuff.
There you go.
Like that.
That's good sports.
Like that.
That's good sport. In your face. Throw the cards in the moon.
Right. So.
All right. So best 3 out of 5. Rock, paper, scissors, and the loser will have to face the consequences.
Yes. Are we? And is it 1, 2 shoot or 1, 2, 3 shoot?
I say 1, 2, 3. Oh no! I usually go 1, 2 shoot.
1, 2 shoot. All right.
Yep.
Kyle's the kind of guy who likes to shoot from the hip.
All right, mods in chat. You guys are keeping score, because we can't. We just don't know. We'll lose total track. All right, ready?
Ready?
You got your platform ready?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I just want to make sure everyone can see it.
Oh yeah.
What if the video locks?
It
right?
freezes right at the last moment.
Like, no.
No.
All right.
Recall.
See how we can do this.
Here we go. 1, 2 shoot.
Oh,
what the hell?
I'm really used to 1, 2, 3 shoot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That was a false start.
All right.
Anyway. Okay.
Shit. Now you already know. Like
1,
my
2
first
shoot.
move.
No, I wasn't looking. I didn't even see.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
All right. Here we go. 1, 2 shoot. Damn it. All right. So that's one for you. Let's go again. 1, 2 shoot. Damn it. Fuck. All right. Here we go. 1, 2 shoot. 1, 2 shoot. Ha ha. All right. So 2, 1.
All right.
Yep. All right. 1, 2 shoot. 1, 2 shoot.
Ah.
Oh, down to the wire.
Ooh, 2,
2,
2.
2.
All right, this is close.
Don't think, Kyle. Don't think. 2, 2. I didn't think rock paper scissors would be so intense.
Well, that's the problem is you can't think.
Oh, I need a drink. Builds up the anticipation.
All right. Having lots of drinks.
Tension rising. Ready? 1, 2 shoot. 1, 2 shoot. 1, 2 shoot.
Oh! Wow, that was quite a comeback.
That was really close.
Came back from down to 0-2. So
I know.
That was impressive.
Comeback kid, baby. All right. I'm actually very freaking excited about this punishment, though. Sort of jealous that you get to carry it out.
You do have a punishment?
I do have a punishment.
Okay.
It's very fun. You'll like it. So, although you don't have any, it had to do with beer. You're almost out of beer.
I'll get another one. We have a.
Okay, that's good.
I'll get another 12-pound beer from our. from
I
our.
know.
12-pound is in the cost of the beer for any Americans out there.
Oh boy. Okay, so the punishment for Face-Off today is that the loser has to say a random British phrase every time they take a drink of their drink.
Okay.
So I have a actual website with a list of 50 British phrases that Americans just don't understand, and so you're gonna have to. You can pick any of these phrases anytime you have to take a drink of your beverage. So
Okay.
fair enough. And you have to have your pinky out.
Pinky out.
Pinky's out because it's fancy.
Is that a British thing?
I don't know. You probably don't have to do the screw the pinky. You just have to say the British phrase.
All right.
Okay. So why don't you do one for example for just to practice? You can choose any of those.
She's terribly partial to the Perica Blue Boss.
I don't even see that on here.
I need another beer.
All right. Yes, you do. But brilliant. Wow, I just said brilliant. I've been here too long. The 9 hours I've been here is just already starting to change me.
I guess I can go for the cider because there's not a lot of beer.
Cider. Oh yeah.
You had a Peroni.
I had a Peroni.
Okay?
If you like light kind of pilsnery beers.
It seems too light right now.
Yeah, it is very light. It's only like 4%.
I'll go for this cider.
Cider's good. I really do like the cider. All right, y'all. Aye.
Oh, this is attached.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's strange.
That is weird.
Peculiar.
Alright, hold on. I need to rinse my glass.
Okie dokie. Rinse your glass. Rinse your fat glass. Alright, we got a donation. It's Donation Nation. Oh, yeah. Man, I want to see a slow motion replay of that rock, paper, scissors. Like, gotta do it in slow motion. Thank you, the Duck Season, for the donation. Love the channel. Could one of you please make a video on a budget build for a streaming machine? Paul's setup video intrigued me. Again, thank you for the quality content. Paul, you gonna do a budget build for streaming?
That's a good idea.
Maybe you should do that for one of your monthly builds.
I could do that for one of my monthly builds.
Do it, damn it.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So I think we're done with my half of the show.
We are.
And I feel like that was a pretty good time for keeping things short.
I have no idea how long we've been
on the
live.
short end. I don't either. But I don't have any Johnsons.
Feels like forever.
Everyone hates me. You might want to check if you have any.
I had one, I think, that came in.
Okay.
Hold on.
You have one more Johnson than I do.
I do.
That's why the ladies like it.
A new order has arrived. Johnson to Matthew. Matthew, thank you so much for your order. He picked up a thumb screw, that beautiful new tri-blend version of the thumb screw shirt, which I need to get one of myself because I have all the other colors, but I feel like I need to complete the set.
Hey, Timmy Tech TV, thank you for the donation.
Hey, thanks, Timmy.
Timmy! Timmy's cool. We love you, Timmy. Alright, I think we are going to cut my half of the show, at least on YouTube. We're going to continue streaming on Twitch. If you guys, again, are just catching this and you want to see part 2, which is going to start in like 2 minutes, go ahead and head over to Paul's channel, Paul's Hardware. Just go to youtube.com/Paul's Hardware. There's also a link in my video description of the YouTube page. Cool?
Lovely.
Cool. Thank you guys. We'll see you in a bit. Don't go anywhere.
Be back soon.
Don't touch that mouse.
Mouse?
Don't touch that peripheral.
Okay.
BRB.